Click on subscribe, click on the bell icon to get notifications from India's smartest channel, TRS Clips. Which is also what I want to ask you now. You know, when you have tough days at work, do you turn to your spiritual side? What happens? Do you vent out? Do you cry at all to your wife? Or like, you know, do you like what happens on like the worst days?
I tend to bottle things in. But one thing, so yes, definitely, I always turn to God every time, and the good and the bad, right? I'll give you a great example with Essentials. This last launch, because of COVID, I was really projecting the worst, and with the worst, I would have been happy. I was like, I can understand why these numbers look like this, right? Every pandemic. When I saw our numbers and saw that it was basically just as good as last launch, after such a severe pandemic, I turned to God and I said, thank you. This is incredible. You know, it shouldn't have been this way. But in the bad times as well. But one thing that I do on top of praying and all that stuff, I like to write. I like to write a lot, both in the bad times and in the good times. So again, when I was in that dark hole where I just felt like that failure, that I just really wanted to quit, I have a journal entry from that date where I was just like, yo, this is horrible. And every time I read it, I feel like I'm that kid again. But the interesting part is that when I read my journal and you just go page by page by page, you always see this, right? This hockey puck happening, right? And I just write like, dang, this month was incredible. But I'll even, I save my bank statements from those months. So I have bank statements from like 13 of this month, which was incredible, right? I saved my last year my last year P&L statement for the business. It's in my journal, right? Because it was our best year. We did this incredible jump from the previous year. So the great thing with that journal is that when you do feel like crap, you know, when you feel like just down, you go back and you read and you're like, yo, even in my down right now, I'm way better than I was before. And then kind of back to that little voice, keep going, right? Because the only thing that I've learned around this whole time, keep going.
Yeah.
It's gonna pop off, right? Keep putting that effort.
So, brother, you have a very like motivational vibe. You know, you're a motivated guy, and I feel like you look at the positive side of things, which is like a true son of God, to be honest.
Yeah.
But